everybody, and welcome back to a brand new vlog. Today is Thursday and it is my day off. Yesterday I had uni. Oh no! I just realized I missed my class today. Oops. Anyway, oh no, but it's alright. Anyway, what I've been doing instead of going to class is baking some muffins, and I'm very happy with how they turned out. Don't mind my very messy house right now, but I've got some chocolate chip muffins which I'm excited to eat later on after they've cooled down. And I have just finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and to say I'm heartbroken would be an understatement. I cannot convey how much this book meant to me. I think it's going to be my favourite book ever. When people ask me what my favourite book is, I usually say The Picture of Dorian Gray, because it is one of my all-time favourite books. Because when I read that, I had the best reading experience. It was one of those, it's a classic, so it is a well-written book, obviously, and it was beautiful and aesthetic and just all things that I loved at the time. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was just something else. I can't even explain how much it meant to me. Obviously, I didn't really relate much at all, being just a regular human being. But the way it's written, that's the same as Daisy Jones and the Six. I just got that same feeling of just being enthralled by the story, never wanting to put it down, wanting to know what happens next, wanting to be this character even though they're suffering through so much heartbreak. But I wanted their mentality, I wanted Evelyn's sense of self, and just her friendships and the people in her life. Most of the time, well, not most of the time, but the few people that cared about her were just like, I need that. And it was heartbreaking. I need time to reflect. And because I listened to it on audiobook as well, I'm grateful that I did. So now that I can read the book physically, but I don't normally enjoy audiobooks that much. Yeah, 5 stars, obviously. It was brilliant. Loved everything about it. And I can't wait to read more of her books because they're brilliant. Don't mind me, I'm just a bit of a mess after that book. But yeah, I'm reading The Reckoning now. I'm going to finish up these sprints. There's like half an hour left on this sprint, so I'm going to do that. And then maybe just have a few breaks, have a muffin, and maybe look at my uni because I missed my class. Probably won't do that though. Hello everybody. So it's been a while, a few days I reckon, and I just have been busy reading really, that I haven't updated you on what I have read and what I finished. I finished Zodiac Academy, The Reckoning, the 3rd book in the series, and I absolutely loved it. It was 5 stars for sure, and a lot of people say it's like a really great book. It's one of their favorites. I'm at work right now, just on my break, and I'm very tired because I stayed up until about 2:30 in the morning finishing it, so I am not happy about work today. But besides that, it was just amazing. Caleb is honestly my favorite, but I don't want Tori with him. I want her with Darius. Is that bad? I don't know. And the big climax of the story was just like right at the end. so it obviously made me want to read the next one straight away, but I'm trying not to because I want to finish Empire of Storms first. I haven't started it yet. I was planning on starting it today. I've got it here with me, and I've got about an hour left of my break. I've got a pretty big break. I have like 2 split shifts, and yeah, I really want to read this. I brought all my annotating stuff, but I was trying to find a readathon that is up to Empire of Storms or something, just so I could have that experience of reading it with other people and hearing their thoughts at the end of it. I could definitely find some reviews after, but I also need to find a recap of Queen of Shadows because it's been quite a while, like 2 months I would say. But yeah, this is like a lot of people's favorite books, so I'm really excited about this. That is my little reading update. Empire of Storms is what I'm currently reading. Okay, so I'm currently 28 pages into Empire of Storms, and so far it's kind of just like setting up where we left off from before, and it's giving me a little bit of a recap of what happened because I needed that. And I did watch a little video and I read a recap of Queen of Shadows, so I'm pretty sure I remember everything that happened. A lot happened. It was a pretty crazy book and it was definitely my favorite. So I'm excited to see if this one will be my favorite because I think that it will be. I just have like a feeling that it will be. So I'm excited for that. I'm currently watching Books with Lexi's reading sprints that just finished. I just missed it. And I've just been cleaning the house today, so I really want to be doing some reading, and I finished all my uni work kind of for today. So yeah, I'm just wanting to read. I want to get a good chunk of this done today. Good chunk. It's like 800 pages, but you know, all good. So this has been streaming for 5 hours, so hopefully I can do about like 2.5 hours just until Owen gets home, and then maybe during the footy or something I can read as well. So that is where I'm at for now. Now I feel like I want to go on a walk. My boyfriend and I are trying to be really healthy and exercise because we're going away and we want to look a bit nicer and feel a bit better, and also so we can eat like some really good American food. That is the ulterior motive, but mainly just to feel better because we haven't been feeling so great lately. I think I'm going to listen to Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I have been listening to that. I think I'm about 20% of the way through. I have read it before, but seeing as there is a new series, I believe, coming out sometime, I wanted to pick it up and read the whole series because I only read the first 2 books, so I want to finish them all. And I thought because they're all on my library app I have where I can get audiobooks, I thought that I would just try it on that, and so far so good. It's really fun. Middle grade, like I love being back into that world. I find since I read Lore Olympus, I've just been in the Greek mythology mood, and to go back to that is really exciting. And I also read, to do with Greek mythology as well, I've just been all about Greek mythology lately. Galatea, is that how you say it? Probably not. By Madeline Miller, the author of The Song of Achilles, which I read, I feel like at the end of last year, maybe the start of this year, not sure, but I have read The Song of Achilles, and to be honest, for me, it didn't live up to the hype, and I just felt like it was a bit slow and, or slow reading pace for me, but the story moved really quickly. Like it just skipped time really fast, and I just didn't like some aspects of that book. But I obviously love the Greek mythology aspects of it, and I never read anything to do with Achilles, so I was definitely intrigued by that. and the love story and everything was very intriguing, but I just didn't like how the myth, I guess, panned out, which is just not fair to say really, because that's how it was. That's not Madeline Miller's fault, but her writing was really good. I really did enjoy her writing. Just the time jumps in the Song of Achilles I wasn't too sure about, but I really enjoyed that one. Like, it's like so cute and small. It's just like a really short story, and basically it follows a lady who was made by this man. She was a stone statue, and he wished for her to be alive, and she was. And basically it kind of looks at men being obsessed with women but not wanting women at the same time. Like, they desire them but they hate them as well, if you know what I mean. I don't know, it really looked at a really good perspective, I think. I just really enjoyed it, and I gave it 5 stars because I never read anything like it. That I didn't expect the language in it. I just didn't know what it was about. Just went into it blind and really enjoyed it, and I really recommend that you read it. I think it's really important to see that kind of perspective represented as well, and kind of looking at abusive relationships, as I read the back of the book, like the author's note, I think it was, saying that this story she kind of made up based on another Greek myth. So it kind of is her own story, just based on a myth. So I really liked that aspect as well. Like, it wasn't a full-on myth that I'd ever heard of, and I was just reading it, so that was good. Yes, and I am also reading Empire of Storms. I'm about 100 pages in. I might go get that actually, because I've been doing some annotations and I'm really excited about that. The lighting is so much better out here. I should have been out here. But that is the situation so far. I have been annotating way too much already. Just everything that happens with Dorian and Manon, I'm obsessed with. When I think it was Heir of Fire, when Manon's character got introduced, and I was really bored. Like, I did not like that. I really did not look forward to her perspective at all. Like, I always was like, oh no, not her perspective. I just want to go back to Selena or to Dorian or like anyone else. Like, I just didn't give a flying F. I just didn't care about her, but now I love her, and I think that happened within the last book, and now I'm just like obsessed with her. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a walk. So I got back from my walk. I just went for like a quick little walk around a few of the streets near me, and now I want to read Empire of Storms. I want to get some of this read now. Do a little time lapse. That'll be fun. Hello. So since my last clip, I have read a few things and none of them were on my TBR. Are we surprised? No. But I did read 3 books. So the first book I read was the 3rd book in the Mind F series. I think it's called Scarlet Angel. And I read the first 2 a while ago. I've got them on Kindle, so they're all like separate books, so I'm counting them as separate books. I enjoyed it. This series is a bit interesting for me because I find it very uncomfortable. It's not something I would normally read. It's very graphic and a lot of trigger warnings for like rape, domestic abuse, murder, just so much. If you don't know what that series is about, this girl, this woman, is murdering all these people, and she gets involved with the FBI agent who is the detective, or his profiler. So he's basically investigating this entire thing, and she is the murderer. But you just need to read it. Like, you wouldn't think that that would be something good to read, and it's like not good in the sense that it's like definitely not a feel-good romance, but it's enjoyable. It's like addictive. I find that it's so addictive, and I haven't been able to stop reading it. That's why I'm just continuing on. I'm on the 4th book at the moment, and I'm like halfway through that, so I'm hoping to finish that today because it's just so addictive, and I feel that uncomfortable and just gross, and I want to vomit the whole time, but I can't put it down. So everyone seems to love it, but I just can't give it 5 stars. I think I've been giving them 3 and 4 because although it's like really good in the sense that I'm attached to it and I want to keep reading and I want to see what happens, I don't know, I can't. It's like not what I was thinking about going into it, and it makes me so uncomfortable that I just don't like it. But it's really amazing how uncomfortable I feel when I'm reading a book like that. Like, it's scary, and some of the things are just a bit unbelievable. Like, I just can't with some of the lines, and it's very poetic writing. I feel like she's always quoting Voltaire and Shakespeare and stuff, and I just don't really like that, but it's addictive, so good reading times. And then the other books that I read, I decided that I'm going to read the Percy Jackson and the Heroes of Olympus series. I have read the first 2 books before quite a few years ago, and those are the 2 books I reread. And so Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and the Sea of Monsters, and I love them. Once again, I gave them 4 stars just because I feel like as an adult, I don't like calling myself an adult because I feel like I'm not quite an adult, but I am. I feel like I'm a young adult, but not too young. As a 20-year-old, I can't connect, I think, as much as I would have in previous years as a middle grade. So I think that kind of lessens the reading experience, and I just wish that I read them at the time when I was in school, but still so enjoyable. I love the writing. The writing is just amazing. I'm listening to them on audiobook this time, and I find that the narrator is just really fun. What I would think Rick Riordan sounds like when he's telling this story, and I don't know, Percy is just so fun, and I love Annabeth, and I love just everything about it. It's just fun times. Everyone's read this, everyone knows. At the moment, I am about halfway through The Titan's Curse, so I'm gonna finish that today as well. And my other book that I'm actually reading, my main book that I was supposed to be on track with, is Empire of Storms, and I have been reading it. I haven't read it for a few days, which I do miss. I miss everyone, and it was addictive. I just got to a point and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have a break. I'm gonna like die. So as you can see, I've been annotating a bit too much. 285 pages in, so getting towards that halfway mark, and yeah, it's kind of getting insane. I'm getting some really crazy vibes. Scared at the events that are gonna happen, but so excited. It's just like the lead up to the main event, and I love that this is, I guess, a kind of in-between book, and obviously there's stuff happening, but the fact that Sarah can make this so entertaining is just incredible. Like, I just am addicted. I could read them do nothing. That's how amazing these characters are. That's how invested I am in this story. Can't believe I'm taking this long to finish it because I keep getting distracted and I just don't want it to end, so I keep distracting myself with other things. But I will be coming back to it today. I want to get a big chunk done. There's some reading sprints on at the moment, so I'm going to do that. But I thought that I would leave this vlog here as I've made a lot of clips over a lot of days and it's just kind of all blurred into one thing. So I wanted to start a new reading vlog of me probably just reading the end of Empire Storms. But yeah, I've got quite a few clips in here. I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you're reading if you're still watching. Probably aren't, but there's always hope. I haven't uploaded for a little while because I've just been in a bit of a slump of a life. I find I'm feeling okay, but there's just a bit of a meh feeling and I'm just a bit lost. So I think that I just needed a little bit of time to just chill this last week and get back on track and have some good books read, and now I'm feeling much better. But yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed this vlog and I'll see you in my next video.